Hey, John here with LearningGuitarNow.com, and in this video I'm going to show you about how to go about using the interactive tabs that are used in the All Access Pass. So I got an interactive tab here. This is a full width page one, and this is a solo that you learn from the Slow Blues supplement. So the first thing I want to show you is that you can just play the video, and it's going to have the tab right beside it. So that's the most basic feature. So from here, now we can just drag with your mouse, and it's going to loop that section. It'll keep playing it over and over again. Pretty basic. We can just select any section you want, actually. So if we just want to start right on that note, and then we can slow it down if you want to. I'll go ahead and play it, slow it down. I think you can get down to 25%. Speed it up, and you can do that with any lick contained right here. Play that one. So that's the most basic feature of the interactive tabs, which is actually really helpful, I think. From here, we can now full screen this, so I'll get the entire screen, so I have a lot of real estate to watch the video. So now that gives me more view of what I'm doing here. We can also just take this thing and drag it if you want to see the video a lot bigger, and we can play that little lick right here. Drag it back and forth. So say if you want to have a little bit different way to view it, we can click this button right here on the video, and now it's going to be on top, which gives us a lot more room. Now we can stretch this video down and just have this going across the bottom like that. There's also in the settings little cog here where you can just make this go horizontal. So it's just gonna, there's not gonna be up and down. It's just one horizontal playback, and it'll just keep moving. You'll see it keep moving. Another cool thing is down here, we have recordings for this video. There's also a backing track, so it's synced perfectly with the video. So say if you were learning lick number 1 right here, we'll just go back to the video of it. We're going to loop it. And now you want to try practicing it yourself. Just take me out of it, and the backing track will appear, also with a 12-bar cursor, so you know where you're at in the 12-bar blues for this particular interactive tab. So pretty helpful. You can also slow that down while it's looped over the backing track. And like I said, you can move it up, back like that. We'll go back to the settings, take off horizontal view, and now we'll be able to view more of that tab. We can also zoom in. If you can't see the tab, look how much I can zoom in. Go back to the video, and now speed it up. You can actually go faster than the video actually goes. If you want to practice it faster. Pretty cool right there. You can just adjust almost about everything, really. So we'll go back to that mode right here. Maybe that works really well. So this setting right here has a lot of different parameters that you can do. You can actually just click this print button if you want to print the PDF tab for it. You can actually just take off all the tab right here. You can take off the notation if you don't want to see that. Maybe you just want to see the tab with the rhythm. So if I take off that, I have no tab at all, just the chord progression. I'll add back on the tab, and then if I click it again, I'll add back on the rhythm for it, you know, the tempo for the note. Add back on the standard notation. You can just click it on. I kind of like this mode really to see it, but if you don't want the standard notation, click it off, and you know, you got more real estate to see things. So there's a few different things you can do here. Once again, the horizontal view you can use, the zoom, and so there's just a lot of things that you could do with the interactive tabs. I'll go ahead and go out of full screen right there. Click this button again to return back to normal. And remember, we can stretch from left to right as well. So I'll just go back and play this. So you have a few other things that you can do real quick. Let's talk about these buttons that are listed right here. So I just play the video, and anytime you're in a bar right here, if you click this button, it's going to select it to loop automatically. So we're in this bar, play, click this button, it's just automatically going to select that bar, so it'll just keep looping over and over again. Turn it off. So if it goes into the next bar, it'll loop that bar over and over again. Turn it off. Let's loop that bar. I can also just drag it to the next bar if I want. So we got our loop automatic. We talked about going full screen right there. Easy to do. Here's your volume. If you want to just change the overall volume of the entire track. Maybe it's not loud enough, too loud. You can do that. This next button over here is the Metronome, which is a pretty cool feature. Not really sure if a lot of people know about that. So it's going to sync. This is 12/8 blues, so the Metronome is going to be 12/8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you can have the metronome playing along to help you keep, just to figure out the rhythm of the licks. You know, this first one starts right here. So if you have trouble, you can just loop that right here. Turn on the metronome. If you want perfect playback with the video, we can select synthetic, which is the video cannot be synced if the synthetic sound. Synthetic means a different sound other than the video playing. So with the synthetic, it's kind of like a Guitar Pro sound. You'll have this. And so the cool thing with the synthetic deal is, like I said, you can put the metronome on there, and if you're having trouble figuring out the timing of a lick, you know, you can listen to that metronome and figure out when that beat is coming in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See, it's coming in right on the 10th count right there. You can hear that with that metronome going. Another cool thing with the metronome that I have here, we can actually change the audio of the electric guitar and the metronome. So maybe the metronome is a little too loud, or you want it louder. Turn it up, or turn it down. Or you can turn the electric guitar down. Or you can change the electric guitar sound. Maybe you want a distorted sound you can listen to for the synthetic version. Too loud for you? Turn it up, mute it. There's just a lot of different options that the interactive tabs give you. So maybe you don't like the synthetic, that's fine. Switch back to the multicam and we're back on the video. Turn off the metronome. This next button is a waveform. It doesn't really work that great with a video, so I'm not going to talk about that. I don't ever use the waveform. There's not a way to currently remove that. Maybe in the future update with Soundslice you'll be able to remove that feature, but it doesn't really work with a video. This next just gives you the fretboard light up, so it'll give you the notes that I'm actually playing. You can see it on the fretboard right here, the actual note name that I'm playing, like right there. Right there, that note. I can rewind it and you can see the note that I'm playing. Here's the frets, 3rd fret, 5th fret, 8, 9, that's a 10. It's going to show you the one that I'm playing. It's not going to show you the bent sound. So that's the actual note that I'm playing, but it's not going to give you like the note that I'm bending to, just the note that I'm playing. Right there, 10th fret. Then 8, 10, 8, 10. Go back up here. Pretty cool thing. Just give you kind of use this to visualize the fretboard a little bit, because that's what you can kind of think about in your mind when you're playing. You got flat 3rd here, major 3rd, root. It's just really helpful if that works for you. That's another thing you can use. After that, the keyboard, like I said, doesn't really help for guitar, I don't think, but you can see the keyboard layout if you really wanted to see that. To me, it's not really helpful, but there's not a way to remove that. So don't really have to worry about the keyboard or the waveform. Another thing that is really cool with the interactive tabs is, say we're on the synthetic right here, and we got this thing, we're playing it in A, and you want to learn how to play this solo in G. Now, the video can't be transposed instantly to another key, but if you switch to the synthetic recording, you can change the key of this whole thing. And you can print it out like that too. So if you're in A, maybe we want to see this in the key of G. So that's going to be, well, F, G. Now we got the whole solo in G, and you can practice the licks in G, and you'll hear the sound. Or maybe you want to learn how to play this thing in the key of, I don't know, B. Now we have it for, listen, key of B. It's really useful if you're not really good at transposing licks. You can just go in here, select synthetic, and then change the transposition to any key that you want to see. And it makes it really helpful, so you learn the solo, and then you can move it around and see like what it would be like to play it 5, 6, 7 frets up, maybe in the key of C from the key of A. Just gives you another option to use with the interactive tabs. Another thing you can do is play with a count in. If you're using the metronome, it'll click 12 times before it starts. So if we just selected that, it's going to give you a count in before it starts over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You could do it right here as well. Maybe we just want to do like that little phrase right here, and it'll do a count in before it starts. Give you time to get ready on your guitar if you need. Now, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's another thing that can really be helpful. Okay, so that is a lot of information. Hopefully that helps you out with learning how to use the interactive tabs. There's just a lot of things that you can do. You just have to experiment around with it. But I think it's really helpful if you're trying to learn any kind of lick or solo in the All Access Pass. Thanks.